All right. So in the last notice, they said that the kick room feature was going to come into the game, and obviously, out of everything that they said was going to be coming mid July, that was something that stuck out the most because it's the feature people been asking for literally years, right? I know everybody finds it annoying when you ask for a specific character in a room, and then somebody decides not to bring that character and they don't leave, right? And obviously, with no kick feature being in the game, the only way you could get rid of them is by actually playing with them and then blacklisting them or closing the room. And both of those were kind of L's because even the blacklisting was an L too. Because if you close the room, you're potentially losing the other people who joined that room because they'll be quick to join another room, right? So if there were people in that room that were actually benefiting you, like pot rooms, right, and you closed it, they'd probably go to the next room, right? And then blacklisting a character, it's not really as bad of a deal. But let's say, for example, I'm farming epic raids and I'm looking for power pot units, and the person doesn't have it, but they decide to stay in there, and I blacklist them. But the next day they have, the next color pot units. I'm gonna have to, and they want to join, they can't join because they're blacklisted and stuff like that. They won't even see it. So blacklisting kind of hurts you. I don't know. I feel like that's just how I feel. I don't even know if that's how it actually goes, but I feel like that's just technically knowledge, like, because there was a time actually where I was playing with some guy. We were farming red pots, right? We were farming red pots, and then the next day he happened to join. I didn't blacklist him, but he joined the same room as me again, and he was a blue pot, and he had that blue pot, right? So let's say he didn't have the red pots. If I blacklisted him, I would have lost, blue pots to somebody else who didn't have the pot unit for the next color, right? So it's kind of like I don't know, that technically doesn't make sense, but yeah, let's just, I guess, just talk about the kick feature, bro. Screw it. So people are just, some people are mad about the kick feature because of new players, right? Obviously, with the kick feature being in, new players it will be literally impossible for a new player to get into a room, because if you're in the room and you don't have what we're looking for, goodbye, you're kicked, right? That's just how it is, right? And how do I feel about it? I think it's fun, right? Obviously, it doesn't mean that new players are just not allowed to play epic raid or co-op. At the end of the day, they could always just, go ahead and kick people or make a room themselves. But another thing is, new players have access to the units, right? If it's like, let's talk about epic raid, right? I don't want to say IZ, but let's talk about epic raid. You don't have the bonus character, right? How epic raid works is epic raid puts characters that come out throughout the month on the bonuses, right? So if you look here, Nell, Momo, Isani, obviously they came out throughout the month. Senbon is on somebody's solo banner. Let me check. Senbon is on Momo's solo banner. So when Momo's solo banner comes out, if you summon on it trying to get Momo and you pull Senbon, that's what you have 50% plus 50% and double damage boost unit, right? Retsu is on the swimsuit banner. I forgot her name, but she is also on the solo banner, on a main banner, on a solo banner, and the main banner. And then if you look at the other half, these guys are rerunning, right? All of them, they're rerunning, right? Nemu's on a solo banner. Jushiro will be rerunning, but I see the movie characters is here. Kokuto's here. Tsukishima. So like you have access to all these characters throughout the month. That's how they work. That's why we know what characters are coming out throughout the month, right? But right there, just off that one point, I don't think new players are completely in danger. They're only really in danger when it comes to the pots, right? The pot units. But then again, now they have a decent amount of pot units, I believe. Not a decent. They only have two. They have Kisuke and Nozomi. Was that her name? That you can get from premium. It's not guaranteed you get them, but obviously you can get them from there. And then also, you can also just go ahead and if you're a new player for the anniversaries, for let's say, you can pick pot units, right? I'll have a video on that for sure. Right, but there is that, right? And then also, if you're a beginner, if you reroll, you can reroll for a pot unit too, right? Who's a pot unit? Grimjaw's a pot unit there. I know. I remember. Let me just check real quick. I don't remember exactly who was on that, new beginner kickoff selection, but okay, so Grimjaw's a pot unit and Grimjaw alone is a pot unit. Everybody else is like a droplet unit, kind of. Rukia or Riruka's a droplet. Kugo is a droplet, right? So I guess you can start off with one pot unit, which is the Grimjaw, but I don't know, bro. I don't really know what to say for newer players, right? Like, Obviously, I'm not gonna say this is a bad feature, but I do see the point people are making where it's like new players are gonna not are gonna get not okay, they're not gonna get into rooms. And as somebody said, the game might die off of it because new players are not gonna be able to play in co-op. First things first, if you're a new player, your first target should not be epic raids in co-op. That's just a fact. If you know you don't have characters in the game, attempting co-op and attempting epic raid doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I think you should just focus on story, sub-story, get your orbs up, and then summon for the support characters like pot units, droplet characters. So then when you get all of those characters, you can then start farming. You don't need to farm T10, T20 day one, right? Unless you buy an account, which comes with like, you know, a decent amount of starter characters, right? For like 10, 20 bucks. Then sure, you can go ahead and farm co-op like, and things instantly if you want to, but if you're making a full-blown brand new account, you should not be focusing on co-op and epic raid instantly, right? And then now it's going to be even easier because they have the 10 ticket feature coming into the game to farm quicker and get your orbs and stuff like that. Well, not your orbs, but like, you know, just to farm quicker, get match quicker for characters and all that stuff, right? So I don't really think the kick feature is a bad implement to the game. But again, new players will struggle. I don't want to say it is impossible for them to get into a room, but they will struggle. They will struggle to get into a room. But then again, as a new player, I don't feel like you should be rushing into co-op or epic raids. It doesn't make sense to me, honestly, to rush for that. So I don't know. You guys let me know if you guys are a huge fan of this. I know I am. I know there's some people who are not. But let me know what you guys think about the kick feature, bro. I think it's okay, to be honest, bro. I think it's okay. I think it's great, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I love this feature. If I'm looking for a character and you don't got the character, bye. I'm sorry. I might sound toxic right now, but it's the truth. You know how much times I've searched on Mine Day? Oh my god, Mine Day. I said bring Nelly out, and I've seen so much Yuhas. Yuha out of all characters, I've seen like 25 of that guy. And I don't know, bro. That just because I remember I said when this feature gets implemented, I'll give it 2 weeks, let new players in the room, and then after 2 weeks, no, they're all getting kicked. But after that Yuha incident like 2-3 days ago, I'm not doing it no more, bro. You're getting kicked instantly if you don't have the unit because it takes so long. Like, you're wasting time just sitting in there not reading the room. If I say bring Grimjaw, today I said bring Grimjaw only because I was farming pots, right? Bring Grimjaw only. Why are people bringing Arwick Ichigo and they're not changing? It doesn't make sense, right? So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this feature. And like I said, I think it's perfect. It doesn't like mainly handle new players, but it handles those people who don't read, right? That's what I think. It handles those people who don't read. That's how I think of it. So, hey, I mean, it's a W for me at least. So, you guys let me know what you think, bro. I'm out.